Hello, everybody, and today we will be talking about the game on everyone's minds, Jedi Survivor. This is one of the most anticipated games of the year, and I could say in full confidence that it is for the right reasons, for sure. As a huge fan of the first game in the series, Jedi Fallen Order, I could say that this is pretty much everything I was expecting and everything I pretty much wanted in the sequel. Obviously, I'm a little bit limited on what I can say or show as it relates to story because I don't want to ruin anyone's experience with the game, especially because the game came out yesterday. But what I can show is how beautiful this game looks. Like, graphics-wise, I think this might be one of the best games I've ever played when it comes to graphics. It's actually just so beautiful. And I played this on a PS5. I didn't play it on PC, and as you guys have probably heard, the PC port is having a lot of technical difficulties with frame drops, just the game straight up not loading, or like they literally just like crashing every time they try to play it. And even in the console version of the game, I've had occasional frame drops. Hasn't crashed yet, though, and the frame drops have they were really just in the beginning of the game. I think my console basically just needed to be kind of adjusted or get used to the graphics and how big of a game this is. And I know that's not really how consoles work, but I'm just going to think that way to make me feel better. And the combat in this game is just absolutely beautiful. It takes all the old combat animations and mechanics and skills that you established in the last game and just improves on them so heavily. And one thing I really wanted to talk about was the combat stances. Because along with the ones that were established in the last game that were heavily improved upon, they also added a lot of amazing new combat stances. For example, as you're seeing on the screen right now, they added a dual wield stance, which is almost perfect in like every way. All the skills that you unlock for it and all the animations for it are just really well done and just so satisfying. The dual wield stance is just an all around, it's probably my personal favorite, to be honest. And as you saw in an earlier clip, like this clip, is they heavily improved upon the double-bladed, which was probably my personal favorite from the last game. They also added crossguard, which sadly I don't have a lot of footage of. But as you can see, it also came with the addition of drop kicking, which is just really cool, if you ask me. And as I said earlier, I know I can't really talk about the story all too much because the game came out very recently and I don't want to ruin it for anyone. But it's basically a direct continuation of the last game, except it's 5 years in the future. And it really shows because Cal has clearly grown a lot. He's a lot more skilled in his lightsaber stuff. And just by looking at him, you can clearly tell he's been through a lot. Another thing I wanted to cover was the new customization options. Because, oh my god, it is so good. It's lacking a couple ponchos, which kind of annoys me, because as you guys know, ponchos were a big part of the last game, and unlike a lot of others, I really like the ponchos. I thought they were cool. The only issue I have with the customization is you have to, like, earn them. Like, you have to earn cosmetics, which was, I probably should have seen that coming, like, and it makes sense, and it also gives you more stuff to do, because you're trying to look for costumes, pieces, and stuff like that. Costume pieces and materials come from chests, and you can also buy them from the main planet called Kobo. Kobo is where you will be spending a lot of your time throughout your playthrough. In fact, you don't even leave the planet of Kobo until about, like, I want to say like 4 or 5 hours into your playthrough. Also, one thing I thought was kind of a cool addition to the game that wasn't in the original is you, like, respond to, like, enemy conversations. Just watch this.
Look at that view. Is that a giant crater? Wow. I got it so easy. Guard the cliff, crush the locals, look at the scenery. Nobody's getting past me, not without a blaster hole in him. I wonder if I'll get promoted for doing such a good job. Then I'll get the other droids to guard the cliff. Oh, but then I won't see the scenery. Now that's a dilemma.
Isn't that just like a cool feature? Is that just me? I find it so funny for some reason. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, there's a love story. Also, BD1 has a lot of like new abilities that can help you solve puzzles and get through different levels of the game. Not a lot of stuff that can really help you in combat. In fact, like really nothing that can help you in combat. I'm not saying I was expecting BD to be like fighting people, but I felt like maybe like him just like maybe having like little knives shoot out of him or something, or maybe he can shoot like little tiny rockets. I don't know, he's a robot. It's just basic robot stuff. That's just what I was thinking. Also, Cal can ride animals now, and he can fly on them. So yeah, all around, this is a pretty damn good game. The only issues I really have with it are the performance issues, and that's more of a PC issue, and I play on a PS5, so it doesn't really affect me as much. I have yet to see a poncho, though. Where are the ponchos?
Will there be a poncho in the game? I told you we weren't going to talk about this today.
But yeah, all around, this game, it's pretty damn good. I'd give it a 9 out of 10. And the only reason it's a 9 and not a 10 is it's just because I haven't finished the game yet. I think once I finish the game, it'll quickly bump up to a 10.